So this was a double game week. Host, by the transfers, I can see you forgot to make your transfers. Is what you
Yeah,
told
right.
me, right?
I had a tough week at work and I forgot to change my team, and I woke up like 5 minutes after the deadline, and sadly I couldn't make the transfers. I would have gone for Trent, Salah, for Kane, and would have brought in a cheap attacker probably. That was my move, and let's see if they have already kind of punished me so far, Salah and Trent. But if it's under 20 points the difference, I'll take it on the chin and move on. But with all the teams having a double game week, this was the worst time to forget to change the team. Yeah,
Yes. For me, I took a surprisingly minus 12. I got in four players: Trent, Salah, Greenwood, and a City keeper, Ederson. Got out Kane, Grealish, uh, Chilwell, and Raya. Yes, yeah. Those were my transfer moves. So as of now, Salah, Trent, everyone has been doing really well. I hope Ederson can pay off because he had a double game week this weekend in 37 as well. So I preferred him over Raya. And I had a hunch for Alvarez, but I felt Bruno Fernandes was an important player than Alvarez, because if I had to get Alvarez, I needed to set Fernandes. So but looking at it now, KDB might miss the West Ham game as well, and Alvarez got a good run of fixture in the first game. So let's see how it pans out. But as of now, the Brighton's midfield has disappointed with their benchings in the
big time.
first game. Yes, so hopefully something happens in the United game, and it hopefully it's a high scoring game, so all our assets can get good returns. Now, talking about the next week, so a lot of players, managers are thinking about saving the transfers. So there are a few options now. The Newcastle forwards like Isak and Wilson. So those are on the cards. If KDB is still unable to play, he might play a few minutes in the next game with Leeds. Alvarez is still an option. So again, take your time, think about it. There are a few options now. There are only 4 weeks remaining, so this is when you take those risky moves and try to make up in your mini leagues or overall rank wherever you can, and use your captainships like very carefully, because now most of the managers might have gone done with their chips in play. So yeah, and the main double game week which is remaining is double game week 37, where City, United, Brighton, and one more team I can't recollect now, double. So have a look, try to set up your team and get those players from those teams.
I guess Newcastle will double in 37.
Yes, I think, yeah.
I think so. So,
Yes.
which teams do you think we should target in the final closing runs? Which teams do you think are in form? Because right now, if we see your team, you don't have an Arsenal player. Do you have banged on your United and Liverpool and Brighton assets to perform well? So, are you looking to get in City players, or are you focusing on some other teams right now?
Yes, I'm still very high on Alvarez, judging by the minutes. So we know City play Real Madrid, so that game week 36 will be important, where in and around before and after that the two legs will be played. So there we might see Alvarez getting more minutes. And as talked about which teams to target, yes, I have taken my foot off the Arsenal players. Now I feel again the only player which was remaining was Saka, as we have known from past. The Arsenal goals are generally divided between a lot of their forwards. Today we saw some rotation where Martinelli was benched and Trossard started. So again, it was a gamble. If you have Arsenal players, you can try to gamble them. But again, the double game weeks for United, and United's run of fixture especially is a good run, where they have 2 3 good matches, and again they are out of Europe, so they will try to focus on their games. So yes, United is the number one team, and now the main option is whether you go for Wilson or Isaac, or should you go a double up, because they have a uh, double game week. But I feel you can go with either of those players because there will be rotations, and taking out a defender, most of the players will have two defenders from Newcastle. So taking a hit to take out a defender for getting two Newcastle players is
Yes.
not something I recommend.
Even though
So
Newcastle are struggling to keep clean sheets, but
keep clean.
you'll never know when they are going to keep.
Yes. So you can bench them, but yeah, getting Isaac or Wilson at the moment looks fairly reasonable because both will be rotated, both will get some minutes, and both will score goals with their quality they have. So
Yeah.
that's it for this week. Who's any more doubt? No, right? We can
Yeah.
move on.
So another question is, Kane is scoring goals in every game, but then people are moving away from him. But Spurs as a team are really bad. So is he eating up on a position for probably a Jota or a Wilson? So that would be a question that some players would have. So what are your thoughts on this?
Yes, I feel Kane, you can't captain Kane any week. I can't see a fixture where you can captain. And having a player with 12 million, you should be able to captain him. That is what I feel. So that is the major reason. Kane is scoring, but his usual ceiling is 9 points or a 7 pointer or a 9 pointer or somewhere around that. Whereas we have seen Alvarez outscoring him. Isak, even though coming from the bench, scoring the similar amount of goals. So I feel again, if you look at Jota, who was benched and might be benched against Fulham, has the capacity to come out on and score those goals. So
Yeah,
yes, you can gamble on that with Keane having a lot higher ownership. You can gamble on these players who have a lower ownership in the last period of this game week. And
right.
yes, if you haven't joined our league code, the league code is mentioned on the screen and in the description box below. You can join and come play with us.